10 days ago. It was $50 million order. And the client actually wants us to tell the world that she placed this order. We received a $50 million wire without even as much as an email or a invoice to acknowledge it. She just wired the money. She bought close to 900,000 Silver Eagles. I cleaned out every Silver Eagle that I could find. We had 90,000 in stock. I had to find over 800,000. I called every distributor and took allocations into August. She bought over 1 million ounces of silver, the rest of it comprised of junk silver. Junk silver is becoming as rare as hen's teeth. The rest went into gold. And she claims this is the first of several up to $1 billion that she wants to place. She's a billionaire. Now, if you would have asked me any time in my career, someone says you're going to get a $50 million order, I'm like, yeah, right, whatever. But it happened. It's real. And I think that's emblematic of big money for the very, very first time in my career waking up.
Hey, what's up, Silver Stackers? Thank you so much for being here. This is Silver Slayer. I got huge updated news for you today, folks, regarding the Silver Eagle whale story. The lady billionaire that bought 900,000 Silver Eagles and plans to supposedly spend billions more into silver. Now, this has gotten so out of hand. And it's because a lot of people took what I was saying out of context. Look, Miles Franklin, they seem like a great company. I reached out to them, and Andy Scheckman's actually going to be coming on my channel to talk about this order. He reached out, and he's actually going to be doing so. And this is what I sent him. I said, hello, my name is Silver Slayer, and have a YouTube channel with 57K subscribers. I talk about precious metals, particularly silver. Been covering the story about the lady who purchased 900,000 Eagles, claiming to spend billions more. I heard you guys have 90,000, looking for 800,000 more Eagles to fill the order, but was more curious about how an order that large is even possible. See, this story has nothing to do with Miles Franklin. When I said I didn't know who they were, that just meant that means they're probably a smaller mint, which is going to be harder to fill an order that size. No matter the US Mint, Perth Mint has this order, I would have been saying the same exact things. I wasn't questioning the legitimacy of the company. I was talking about how an order this size is even possible and how would they go about it. So then this is what I said. How is an order this large even possible? How would you go about it? Monster boxes? Uncirculated? Random year? What about shipping? There's so many questions my audience, including myself, have and would love to hear a response from you, obviously keeping the woman anonymous. Private details left out here, linked to my channel. And he actually responded to me. I don't even think he saw this email yet. He reached out to me and said, hey, I've been watching your channel for a while and I've wanted to come on the show. So we're trying to figure out a date that he's going to be coming on and giving more context to this. I really want you guys to understand this had nothing to do with Miles Franklin. This had to do with the fact this lady is buying 900,000 Silver Eagles. How that's even possible, right? Because even Andy said he has 90,000. He has to find 800,000 more Eagles. And we already know mints are running dry. Mints are running dry. US Mint, Royal Mint, Perth Mint, all already mentioning there's a silver shortage. They're having an extremely hard time finding silver planchets. These companies are already running dry. So how is this possible? It has nothing to do with Miles Franklin. I'm glad that he's going to come on because I'm curious how this order is going to go down. Even he said if someone would have told him before that there would be a $50 million order, he would not have believed them, right? He's just saying, this is insane. And I'm saying it is too. So I want to figure out, I want to follow the story and see how it goes down. I feel like a lot of people were saying I was questioning their legitimacy. I wasn't. When I said I didn't know who they were, that's probably meaning they're a smaller mint, which means it's going to be even harder to find or fill an order this size. And when Andy says, he cleaned out his shelf of 90,000, has to find 800,000 more. He's calling all these different mints and trying to source this, having to fill this order allocations till August. It's going to be hard, but I don't doubt they'll pull it off. I'm just trying to see how it's going to go down. A lot of people took context out of my mouth. I never doubted that company. No matter what mint was filling this, I would have said the same exact thing. How are they going to pull this off? Where are they going to find these eagles from? And what's this going to do to the market? And this is the important part. Then in my last video, if you haven't seen, this lady says this is the first of several up to billions of dollars of orders she wants to place. $50 million order, that was insane. 900,000 eagles, right? She also bought some gold, spent a couple $100,000 on junk silver, which I like what he says. You know, it's becoming scarce. Like I said in my last video, junk silver is the most underlooked type of silver. They don't make it anymore. It's a great way to store fractional. It's a piece of American history. There's so many benefits. But regardless, $50 million was crazy, but she's spending billions of dollars, plural. Do you guys understand how many eagles billions of dollars is? How much silver billions of dollars is? And if she's talking about physical, that is going to clear out all the shelves. I mean, billions of dollars, that's how many years of the US Mint producing 13 million eagles, right? She already bought a 13th of the entire annual supply production of eagles with 50 million. Imagine a billion. Do you know how much bigger a billion is than 50 million? Imagine billions. How is anyone going to source this much silver? And not even all the mints combined could have an easy time filling an order this big. Also regarding how many people, including you and I, also want silver. So what would this do to the price? These are questions I have, right? This is what I'm talking about, the order itself. How extremely interesting and crazy it's going to be for these dealers. Because, you know, for instance, the US Mint, they outsource their silver. The US Mint actually gets most of their silver from Sunshine Mint, right? The US Mint has their own laws in place. They cannot spend more, or they cannot pay more than spot price. Whatever the LBMA's price is, the world average price for silver, they cannot pay above that. Other mints can. Other mints can, and they do. And since the US Mint has to pay that price and gets most of the silver from Sunshine Mint, why would Sunshine Mint want to sell to the US Mint when Sunshine Mint can sell their own inventory way above spot? They're not. So the US Mint is backed into a corner. They're backed into a corner. That's why they're putting mintage numbers on these coins. If you don't believe me, I'll even link you to the videos or even the article that shows all the regulations and all the codes they have, and even going into how this situation isn't going to look like it's going to resolve itself anytime soon for the US Mint, since the government has a strong interest in holding down its interest rate on its own $30 trillion of debt. So regardless, that's a whole separate video. I just wanted you guys to know that I understand the situation. I understand the context behind the scenes. And I'm just looking at, especially if she's talking about billions of dollars, how is that going to be possible if she's really meaning physical silver, right? This situation has nothing to do with Miles Franklin. I believe they're an amazing company. Even since they've talked to me, they seem like great people. I know all of you say I never questioned their legitimacy. I was saying, since I never heard of them, that probably means they're a smaller mint, and a smaller mint filling an order this size would be even crazier. Because even the Royal Mint, the Perth Mint, whoever, filling an order this size would be insane. The Royal Mint said they're starting to scrap silver out of laptops and cell phones because they already are trying to find ways to get more silver. They're scrapping silver out of cell phones and laptops now because of that. So if they're doing that, then how in the world is someone going to fill an order of 900,000, especially eagles that have mintage caps nowadays? And that's why in the email I asked them, are you guys, monster boxes, uncirculated, random year, right? So many different questions of how this order would go down, right? That's what I'm trying to figure out. That is what I'm trying to figure out. Has nothing, you guys were looking at the entirely wrong points and assuming that I was saying something completely different. I'm curious how this order is going to go down. I'm not worried about Miles Franklin, blah, blah, blah. No, that has nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do with it. And I'm so happy that Andy reached out to me because, and by the way, Andy's the guy in the bottom right. I'm happy because of the questions You know, I believe that they're amazing at what they do. I believe they are probably one of the best at what they do. That doesn't mean I'm still not curious of how they're going to do it. It's interesting, right? I really am trying to wrap my head around how big of a situation this is and what this would do to the price of silver. And even like this article says, the premiums, right? The premiums will continue to remain high through August. If she buys more, they'll have to go even higher. If not, they will collapse. And that's what we'll watch, right? And that's what I'm trying to watch. The black swan is if others also have the fever to buy, future will tell us more, right? I'm looking at the silver market perspective of this, not if a company's legitimate or not, right? I'm looking at this from a content creator, someone who looks into the silver market, someone that understands the silver shortage, someone who understands what the mints are doing, the annual mintage numbers of not only the investment sector, but also the industrial sector, going into a much bigger situation than, just talking about one private mint. Much bigger, much bigger, right? And I could go in this video and show you, the situation with the U.S. Mint and why they outsource their silver nowadays and why don't they do in-house and yada, yada, yada. But I'm not going to do that because I don't need to prove myself of me knowing, this type of stuff, right? Because a lot of people are saying, like, you have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, I do. I make daily videos covering silver, right? I do this daily. I've been doing this since 2015. I know what I'm talking about. I'm just asking questions of how this is going to happen. Even if the U.S. Mint, the biggest mint, whoever, had this order, I would still have said the same exact things and had the same exact questions and still would have reached out to the same exact, PR sector or whatever. I'm glad that they reached out because this is going to be so awesome. I'm so excited. It's going to be kind of hard because obviously he has an extremely busy schedule. I think he's speaking in like Boca for the week, but he's going to try to squeeze me in. And then also, I'm a single father with a 2-year-old daughter. I can only make videos where I only have free days for X amount of days. The rest I kind of squeeze them in during her nap time or, at night after she goes to bed and just praying she doesn't wake up. So we're going to try to get this in the next couple of days. But I just want you guys to have more of the story, have more of why I'm questioning the things I am, to give more, context to it so you guys aren't perceiving things the wrong way, and also to let you know that more of this story will be revealed very shortly. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. If you did want to check out this article of the lady coming out and all this, check out my video yesterday. That's definitely the most telling video I did, and it actually didn't get anywhere near as many views. I wish that video would have been the video that exploded, but the video that did was the original, and that was when I knew the least amount of information, right? That was when I just went off of one tweet that was posted just saying about the order, but now we have so much new information, and it just kind of sucks that, the video where I tell so much more about it is the one that, only has like 2,000, 3,000 views, when the other one has like, 10 plus, or maybe even more than that. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you thought this video was, educational, informational, at least entertaining, if you want to stay up to date with this situation, then you better subscribe, click the bell, because like I said, Andy Schechtman from Miles Franklin is going to be coming on my channel. I'll probably interview him, throw some of those questions I asked, but also, other things as well, right? We're hopefully gonna get into some good conversation, and we can get more behind the scenes of how this is going to take place and what he thinks about this entire thing. And even like he said, this might be the beginning of major whales getting into silver, right? This could be huge. And this could definitely change what's going to be happening to silver for a very, very long time. And it's just one of those other, another unknown variable thrown in. When I always talk about silver or the shortage or prices or premiums, I'm always saying people never, ever look at the unknown variables, which is the most important thing, because that throws out any other type of information you're comparing it to. You got to also remember to incorporate the unknown variable, because that means your forecast or your prediction is going to be thrown way off. But people try to act like what they're predicting will be the case because of previously, historically, X, Y, and Z. But times are changing. Markets are changing. You want to talk about crazy silver prices? We're living in crazy times. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this video up here. Thanks for tuning in. Give the video a like if you think it deserved a like, and stay tuned. Shout out to Miles Franklin. Shout out to Andy Schechtman. I'm really excited about this. Like I said, this is, I can tell even from what the first day when my friend sent me this, he said this is a great company. I never doubted that. My question was, how is this going to happen, and is it even possible, no matter who was filling this order? So yeah, thanks for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.